Welcome back to our show. I'm Beth Genly, your host for this segment, and I am delighted to introduce you to James and Kathleen Kammeyer. James and Kathleen have opened a business bringing e-bikes, electronic bikes, to the Northwest and, in fact, all of the United States. Welcome to our show, Kathleen.
Thank you.
And James.
Thank you, Beth. We're happy to be here.
I'm glad you're here. So, Kathleen, I understand that you quite literally fell into this business.
We did, Beth. We were skiing in Whistler, Canada, and I fell and I hurt my knee.
Ow.
And we had a big 100-mile bike ride that we were taking in just a couple months over in Eastern Oregon. And both of us ride a tandem, and so James started looking for a motor that would go on our tandem, and he couldn't find one anywhere. So he was able to get one out of Europe, and it was sent to us, and we did the bike ride, and it was just fantastic. We loved it. And we loved it so much that we wanted to go into the business of selling the bikes. So we got a hold of Gapita headquarters in Budapest, Hungary, and they said, yeah, we could do it. And we went over to Budapest and saw the bikes where they were made.
That was a great trip. We got to see the beautiful city of Budapest, and we met the people there that build these bikes by hand. It's quite a sight to see how they lace up the wheels and put them all together. It was a wonderful trip, and it's quite a fascinating city.
It sounds awesome. So you came back here and began to import these bikes to us. I'm so fascinated by them. I'm not as fit as I used to was a long time ago. So I'm fascinated to think that maybe as a little bit older person I might be able to get back on a bike and ride. Is that what they're for?
They really do that. You know, we found that they recapture the thrill and the excitement of riding bikes that we had when we were kids. The freedom that you have to go as far as you want and see things and enjoy the fresh air. With the electric motor on there, you can adjust the power level, the assist level that you're getting to suit the riding conditions, how you're feeling that day, whether you've got hills or headwinds, and it's just a terrific feeling there. We found that a lot of the people that buy these bikes and ride them they're all ages, but we see a lot that are in the 40 to 70 year age group, and they just love them.
So how far can you go on a bike with a motor on it? I assume it's charged. It's an electric charge.
Yeah, that's right. Has a motor and a battery, and typically, if you put it in the most economical setting, it can go probably 60 or 70 miles, and of course that would vary depending on hills and headwinds and such. But in that economy setting that I mentioned, it adds 40% to whatever you're doing. And so it just feels like you're having a great day. It's unobtrusive, it's really smooth. You just feel like you're a great bike rider.
Actually, you can go as far as you want, because if you get somewhere and you run out of juice, you just find a place to plug it in and charge it for a few hours, and then you go on your way again.
Oh, how lovely. So you can have a picnic and charge your bike and keep on going and going.
That's right.
Beautiful.
And if you want to have more of a workout, don't use the electric bike at all. Just pedal the bike.
Is it heavy?
It is. It adds about 15 pounds.
That's right. If you take a regular bike and add the drive system, it adds about 15 pounds to it.
Does that make it unwieldy? Do you wobble?
Well, the interesting thing that we found, the bike that we ride is a tandem, of course, and it's our third tandem and the only electric one we've had. But having that drive system there is, the weight is down low, and so the bike actually feels more stable. We've gone some incredible speeds on this bike, and it's felt really steady and really good.
It sounds like a lot of fun. So tell me some stories about some people who have gotten bikes from you and how their lives have changed.
We love the stories. We hear back from the people who have our bikes, and they just really enjoy them. We have a person back in Iowa who is a college professor, and she just loves riding the bike to and from work, and she uses it for recreation too, but she's really enjoyed it. And we have a person in Iowa who bought a tandem because her son is disabled, and so they're able to ride along, and he can pedal the bike too with the help of his mom.
Someone down in California, in Santa Cruz area, has a bike that he loves riding around through the hills in that area, a beautiful area, and he's planning on doing a 70-mile bike ride completely around Lake Tahoe using the electric bike. He's looking forward to that.
Wow, that sounds so cool. So is the motor on the bike, is it sensitive to, we have a lot of rain here in the Pacific Northwest. Is it sensitive
sure
to
do.
getting wet?
It's not at all. It's built to withstand any weather conditions. You can wash the bike. They say don't wash it with a pressure washer, but it'll stand anything short of a pressure washer. So they're built for that.
That's beautiful. So what did you all do before you became bike salespeople or bike enthusiasts, whatever the word is?
Well, I'm a registered nurse.
Ah, okay, cool. So am I.
I'm an engineer.
All right. So you came to this from a place that was not focused on bikes particularly at all, but it does sound as if both of you have been active together for.
We try to be as active as possible.
That's really true. We've done a lot of different things. Kathleen mentioned the skiing that got us into this whole thing, and bike riding is a big part of what we enjoy doing together.
And kayaking.
That's beautiful. So now you're bringing to the Portland area and to all over the United States an opportunity for many of us who have lost that opportunity or the drive or the something to get us out as much. This is a way for us to move our bodies more and enjoy it.
Absolutely. One of the interesting things about the electric bikes is that they're so much fun to use that people use them more. There was a study done recently that we saw the results of that showed that electric bikes get used 3.5 times as much as non-electric bikes, just because they're such a joy to use, and you can do so much more, and it'll get you there and it'll get you back. Some of the people that do commuting on these have found that they can set the power level to the assist that they want and get to work without having to shower going into work. They can just get there and go to work and then adjust the power lower on their way home and get the workout that they want.
That's pretty great, because that was always something that I worried about if I was going to commute to work, that I would come in not safe for work, as it were. So do you find that anyone is sort of snobby about having an electric assist on a bike? I mean, Portland is such a bike town. Do you get that?
Absolutely.
You do? Oh,
They
dear.
call us cheaters.
Yeah, they say that's not a real bike. That's not real work. Yeah, but it is, especially if you're using it 3.5 times as much as they're using their non-electric bike. So maybe we can be snobbish about that.
That's great. Anything that I have not covered that you would like to make sure that people know about these bikes?
I think the benefits of an electric bike are just almost more than you can count. We talked about people that can commute with them, people that can ride with someone that couldn't otherwise ride because they've got some electric assist. There are people that have really improved their health through riding bikes. Their cardiac.
We have one person who rides a tandem, and he was having a hard time because his lungs couldn't, meet the exertion of pedaling. And with the bike, the electric bike, he can talk and pedal at the same time. And him and his wife are really enjoying it.
Oh, that is really lovely. That's wonderful. So you all are doing work to bring a more level of fitness to a wider community.
Absolutely. I think that's right, Beth.
And more fun.
Definitely
more
the fun factor.
All right. Well, I would like to thank both of you very much for joining me here today, and I hope you'll come back and tell us in a year or so how it's going.
We'd love to.
So, thank you very much.
Can you give our website?
Oh, please, I'm sorry. Yes, tell us if we wanted to get more information, how it could be found.
Absolutely. You can go to the website www.nwebikes.com, and there are lots of resources for learning about e-bikes, but you can learn some at that website. And yeah.
Beautiful. www.nwebikes.com. Got
Yes.
it. All right. Thank you for joining us. We are delighted that you were able to come and watch our program, and I hope you'll stay and watch more wonderful episodes of TV Toastmasters.
Hi, welcome back to our program. I'm Erik Bergman. I'm a member of We Toasted Toastmasters in Lake Oswego, and here tonight at TV Toastmasters with a very special and informative guest. Her name is Hillary Hunt, and she is the Learning and Development Director at NWEA. That's a nonprofit organization that does educational testing to measure how students are growing academically. And Hillary is also the president of the Toast of Old Town Toastmasters, which meets downtown Portland on Fridays at noon. And she has a long history with big brothers, big sisters here in the Portland area, and in fact has developed a 6-year relationship with her little sister. So here to talk about big brothers, big sisters is Hillary Hunt. Welcome, Hillary.
Thank you, Eric. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm so excited to hear about how you have formed a relationship with a very deserving young student here in Portland. How did this come about?
Well, my organization, NWEA, partners with Big Brothers Big Sisters in a program called Beyond School Walls. And what that means is it's one of the 3 programs and one of the 3 ways that an adult can get involved in Big Brothers Big Sisters. But what it involves is a group of kids from a particular school. They are transported over to our corporate office a couple of times a month, and they meet up with us, have lunch, participate in some kind of activity, and just get to know each other. And it was through that program that I met my little, we call them littles, Doreen. She was 10 at the time, and now she's 16.
What a span of ages to see her develop.
Absolutely, yeah.
When you grew up, you did have siblings, but you were the little sister in that family.
I absolutely was.
So you've turned it around. Now you have a little sister. What's that been like for you?
Well, I have 3 older sisters and 1 younger brother, so I'm the pickle in the middle, and I know firsthand what it's like to be both a big sister and a little sister. So I think it contributes to our relationship that way.
How do you spend time when you're with Doreen? What are the things that you do?
We do a lot of hanging out together, talking over her life and her issues. We spend a lot of time laughing. We cook, we bake, we play games, we go to movies. Sometimes we do other kinds of things that get us out of our comfort zones. So, for example, we marched in a peace protest together. We went ziplining and did a ropes challenge course. We have even crawled through lava tubes up the ape caves. So we try and do a lot of different kinds of things. We even went to a reptile show, and she got to have live lizards put on her shoulder, and she loved that kind of thing. So, you know, mainly it's about just getting together and sharing experiences together and building that relationship. That's really the most important thing.
Right. It's all about the relationship. And what has that relationship meant to you as it's developed over 6 years now?
Doreen is like my family. She really is. She is my little sister. It's been so enriching to be a part of her life for the last 6 years. I feel like I am getting more out of it than she is, although she'd probably disagree with that.
What is it that you get particularly? What's the feeling, the reward for what must be actually a lot of time commitment?
It is. When I first joined Big Brothers Big Sisters, I knew for myself that I wanted to make a positive impact in the life of a child. And for me, it wasn't just going to be a one-year commitment. It really was going to be more of a lifetime commitment. And so being able to watch Doreen go from a shy, quiet 10-year-old who is hiding behind my back because she's fearful of new experiences, watching her develop and transform into this very confident, outspoken 16-year-old who cares about politics and about the environment and really has some very good opinions and a lot of courage in terms of how she approaches her life. So it's been just a marvelous experience to watch her grow up that way.
Now, certainly you don't take on the role of a parent as a big sister.
No.
What is the nature of that relationship, and how do you interact with her family? What are some of the sensitivities there, or and how have you made that work?
Well, her family is Haitian American. They came here when Doreen was about 5, and so there's opportunities and challenges there. The cultural differences are really interesting. The language barriers are sometimes interesting to explore, and we just kind of cover all of that over with love and affection, and it bridges any and all differences.
In talking with you in advance of this interview, you said in a way that you're like a cultural ambassador. How does that work? What did you mean by that?
Well, she's as much of a cultural ambassador as I am. She's had a lot of different kinds of experiences in her life that, I really haven't. And so we commiserate on the things the shared experiences that we've had growing up. And I learn a lot from her in terms of her perspective.
What does she talk about in terms of her future? What do you think she's learning from you in terms of a role model, a woman with a profession, someone involved in education? How is that influencing her, and where do you think it will take her?
Well, I am so proud that her parents are very supportive of her education and supportive of her goals. Ever since I've known her, since she was 10 years old, she has wanted to be a dentist. And she's not wavered from that this whole time. And so I am doing everything I can to support her in her education. I've helped her get a scholarship for college. I have helped her envision her success. We do these mental guiding sessions where I'm having her imagine what it will feel like to be on the graduation podium in high school and getting her diploma, and how her mother and I are going to be out in the audience screaming for her and basically embarrassing her, and just getting her to really try and capture the sense of what that's going to feel like when she does accomplish that. And I once took her to my dentist, and to his credit, he put the mask on her and the gloves and gave her the dental tools and said, "Go and look at your big sister's teeth." And so she had a grand time being the dentist for a day. And giving her those kinds of experiences, I hope, are going to help her really, in her own mind, put herself into her future.
Great. Well, that hands-on learning is so important, especially at this age that she is now.
Yeah.
You pay a lot of attention at your job to student achievement and how to improve it. And you have an interesting statistic about how being a little brother or a little sister really improves a student's chances of success. Can you talk about that?
Well, the national average for high school graduation is around 84% right now. The people the children that are involved in Big Brothers Big Sisters that graduate from high school, the rate is 91%. So it is a significant improvement just by being in this program and having a mentor that's helping them tie their efforts to their high school goals.
My goodness, that is a really big impact, noticeable and measurable, especially in these times when so many things are being tried to get students through high school successfully and then on to whatever comes next for them.
Absolutely.
Now, I saw that although there are 450 plus big brothers or big sisters matched up successfully with students here in the Portland area, there's a waiting list of 450 more students who have no match, who want one, and there's nobody there who's signing up to be that big sister, big brother role for them. What are the best reasons, you think, for getting involved with this program as an adult?
Well, I feel like the main reason is that you really do want to have a positive impact in the life of a child. Like I said, anyone who gets involved is going to have such an enriching experience that you'll get at least as much out of it as the child does, building that relationship. Anyone basically can become a big brother or big sister as long as you're 18 years of age, you have a safe driving record and have a car that's insured, you don't have any felonies, you know, you can pass a background check, that sort of thing. But it is a commitment. You need to be willing and able to devote a year of time to that child and be meeting with them on a regular basis, and really be devoted to helping them be the person that they want to be, that they envision.
Great. Well, you've given me a lot to think about in terms of this program that I didn't know much about before. I so appreciate the effort you've put in, and it makes my heart feel good to hear the success story that you and Doreen have in terms of your relationship.
I really could talk about her all day.
Yeah, and I wish you the best for the future and for her future.
Thank you.
So where is more information available about Big Brothers Big Sisters program?
So the Big Brothers Big Sisters Columbia Northwest group is at the web address It's Big Time.
It's bigtime.
It's bigtime.
.org. Great.
Yeah.
That's it for this segment of TV Toastmasters. Once again, I'm Erik Bergman. My guest tonight talking about Big Brothers Big Sisters has been Hillary Hunt from NWEA and the Toast of Old Town Toastmasters Club. Check them out. They're downtown. And we invite you to come back again and see us the next time.
Hi there, my name is John Rodke. I'm your Program Quality Director for District 7. Today I want to talk to you about the opportunities you have to improve yourself as a leader and a communicator within our district. Most members, they stay at the club level. They see these awesome people, they interact with them on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, and they get the opportunity to grow and learn from these other amazing members. But there's a lot more out there. There's a whole other world for you to explore when it comes to going to more events, going to district level events. You have the area, the division, and the district that you can all experience if you go and test it out. The idea behind these events is for you to gain value through them. We have the contest season that a lot of people hear about and some participate in. It is one of these amazing opportunities where you get the chance to grow by pushing your comfort zone, pushing that bubble a little bit, and expanding out. With these contests, you start at the club level, and you move to the area level, division level, and then district level. At the area level, you get the chance to interact with between 4 and 7 other Toastmaster clubs as their different competition elements, their competitors, their champions, they go forth and they compete with each other in a positive and constructive manner. If you get the chance to be a participant in it as being a competitor, awesome. If you are not a competitor, that's awesome too. Go in and you can be part of the support staff or just come for the show, and you get the chance to network and involve yourself on the next level of Toastmasters. Beyond that, you have the division level. This is a much broader scope. You usually have between 4 and 7 areas all together. So you have a lot of people that have funneled up to this zone. You have some of the best speakers in Oregon all competing in 9 different division contests. You also have a larger group of people that you're able to network with, that you're able to meet with, and you're able to enjoy the awesome opportunity to share your stories and share wisdom with each other. Division contests are awesome. Highly encourage you to go to them. The next level up is the district conference. The idea with the district conference is we have the 9 champions from each contest, from each division, come and they compete together, head to head, going at it. You have some of the best speakers in Oregon, all sharing their story, sharing their soul, and sharing it with you. This wisdom that you gain from these amazing speakers is one small element of a district conference. The idea behind those is we bring Toastmasters from across the district together. We bring in a nationally or internationally known keynote speaker to teach you actionable methods to become better at leading and communicating within your own environment, within your own lives, at home, at work, and in Toastmasters. The idea is to provide as much value as possible to you, the member. Starting this next year, we have 1 conference a year. We're going to be having a Friday night event where it's a small keynote mixed with a nice little dinner where it's a little bit of a smaller section, but you get hands-on, impactful, and usable information from this amazing keynote. Saturday itself is the competition between the speakers for the international speech contest, evaluation contest, and we're working on what else you're going to be able to compete in. You also have the keynote speaker delivering their main keynote there, where you get a huge amount of impactful and useful knowledge so that you can become better, as we said before, in all elements of your life. Saturday night, we're going to have a banquet where you get to come and see and celebrate the leaders within our district and also learn even more from our keynote, doing 3 different presentations, 3 separate elements so that you can improve in your life. So that's conference. The other elements you have are Toastmaster Leadership Institute. You get the chance at these events to learn how to become better leaders, to learn how to become the best at the 7 officer positions, and also there's other breakout sessions that allow you to grow as an individual. These are so valuable. If you can go to the TLIs that are district level, we host them at the beginning of June and the beginning of December so that you can get to them, enjoy networking with tons of other Toastmasters and growing as a Toastmaster yourself. You also have division level TLIs afterwards. They're kind of makeup trainings. Ideally, go to the big event. But if you go to these other smaller ones, we're delivering impactful, useful information so that you can become better in your club and in your normal everyday environment. These trainings are for you to become a better leader and a better communicator. Both of them combined allow you to become the maximum Toastmaster you can. The goal in Toastmasters here is for you to transcend yourself, for you to come from whatever level you're at coming in to elevate yourself, elevate you to become a better speaker and leader. Come, enjoy more than just the club. Welcome to Toastmasters and welcome to District Events.
I joined Toastmasters to improve my speaking, listening, communication, and leadership skills.
Toastmasters gave me
incredible confidence,
confidence,
great listening skills,
poise,
great leadership skills,
leadership skills,
the ability to speak in public,
strength,
a captive audience,
quality feedback from the more experienced Toastmasters.
Toastmasters really helped me improve my listening skills,
sales skills,
opportunities to go to different groups and widen my whole horizon.
Toastmasters has given me a more focused me, and I'm a much better listener. Toastmasters is fulfilling.
It's a great place to fail your way to success.
Wonderful way to meet people,
networking,
strength.
It's addictive.
It's a club of self-improvement.
It's an experience, it's a ride that you won't forget, and you'll enjoy it every step of the way.
Toastmasters helped me land a kick-butt job.
I sang at one of my table topic speeches, and people liked it and applauded.
My business is doing great, and I'm very, very grateful to Toastmasters.
It's been a great experience for me.
Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmasters, for giving me so much confidence.
Thank you, Toastmasters, for everything.